Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ratio podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined as always by GR Dad.
Hi.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Pretty good.
Excellent, excellent. The cocktail of the week this week, actually, I want to talk about a couple things.
I'm in. Do it. But pile on. Talk.
So we first need to thank Cheddar because Cheds went to his niece's wedding and had his family bring us back a delicious bottle of bourbon from Rocktown Distillery. Why are you giving me that
Yeah. That's right. In Arkansas, and that's where the distillery is. Yes.
Yes. Cheds went to the wedding, or
Yes.
at least went to Arkansas for the wedding, and sent the humans back with bourbon for us, and it is delicious.
It's a little shady because Cheddar may have not had the proper ID and things, but he acquired it. And
he
then
gets people to get things done.
He does, and then he makes people offers they cannot refuse and gifts they cannot refuse.
That's right.
So we got some great Arkansas bourbon, which is quite good.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
Delish. And so I was going to make that into a cocktail today, except it's so good that I feel bad mixing it with anything. It's good to just drink it.
That's high
by
praise.
itself.
Yeah. You'll mix a lot of things.
I will. So instead, Ingo pulled out a bottle of Malort today.
Well, there was one. There was one in the UPS box.
Yeah. So friend of the squad, Alyssa, sent us some flea and tick, and also sent us a bottle of Malort, which is very exciting. I had some booze shipped to the UPS box. So I was like, Ingo, you got to go get the UPS packages because there's booze, and there were 2 packages, and actually both of them had booze because the package from Alyssa had Malort. So,
It was a red letter day.
A red letter day.
And I think, we gave the flea and tick to the dogs, and we kept the Malort for ourselves.
Indeed. Though, the heart guard is ivermectin, so there probably are humans who have been mistakenly
I don't want to go
taking
down that road of crazy. I'm sure. What the fuck?
All right, we're going to avoid that. So Inga was like, is there such thing as a Malort cocktail? And I was like, we've literally done cocktail of the week before. I've made you a Malort cocktail.
As I was taking a Malort shot.
Which he did not remember. And I was like, I have a new recipe. Anders Ericsson, who we mentioned last time, he lives in Chicago. And so he did a little YouTube video about Malort. And I'm like, he made a Malort cocktail. So I could make that. And I didn't have everything he needed. So I improvised a little bit. So
made it better.
I think it turned out pretty good. And it honors everything that he tried to do with his cocktail. So his cocktail is called the Forced Retirement. He makes it with Malort, Campari, gin, passion fruit syrup, lime juice, and grapefruit juice. So we did not have passion fruit syrup nor grapefruit juice. So what I did was Malort and Campari. And then instead of the gin, I used the Rocktown grapefruit vodka.
Delicious.
So good. And really strongly grapefruit flavored, but tastes like a grapefruit. Not like baked grapefruit flavor.
Totally.
And so then I didn't need to use a grapefruit juice. I put in pineapple juice instead to kind of get us some extra stuff. I kept the lime juice. And then since I didn't have passion fruit syrup, and I also don't like passion fruit, I used peach syrup.
Oh, yeah. Sweetness.
Which was really good. So it's pretty similar. You still get the grapefruit flavor. You don't quite get like the botanicals of the gin, which I think is fine because I don't love that. And then we got like peach instead of passion fruit, which I think is an improvement. And it is a very tasty cocktail.
It is amazing to me how the grapefruit flavor works completely well with the Malort.
Yep.
It makes me think Malort could call itself grapefruit, and it would be, people would be like, it tastes a little weird, but it's kind of grapefruity.
Super bitter.
It's great.
If you don't have access to Malort and don't want to order it online, you can use Cynar, which you should be able to get at most liquor stores. It's an artichoke-based liqueur. It doesn't taste like artichokes.
Which is spelled Cynar.
Yeah, it's an Italian aperitif, I guess.
It's also bitterish.
Amaro. It's very bitter, but it's not as bitter as Malort. So I actually made a second version of this drink that used Cynar instead of Malort, and it's quite good.
What was the slogan that you were attributing to Malort's advertising?
Tonight's the night you fight your dad. You can buy it on a t-shirt. They've got like posters. Malort, tonight's the night you fight your dad.
Therapy inducing. I mean, it's amazing. Tonight's the night you fight your dad. Have some Malort.
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
It's so much.
It
so
sure
much.
does. Sure does.
Oh, it's Chicago winters. After 4 months of winter, you're having a Malort.
That's
and
right.
Tonight's the night you fight your dad.
Fight your dad, because it's dark real early, too.
Oh,
so.
it's terrible. It's like the Scandinavian countries above the Arctic Circle. They just, after 9 months of darkness, they all go crazy. Oh.
Yep. So there you go. The forced retirement, slightly modified by me.
It's good.
Very good. I don't know. I like Malort. I sent a picture of this to my brother because he sent us our first bottle of Malort kind of as a joke one year. And I texted him this and I was like, this is a Malort cocktail. He's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, dude, we love Malort. We have a lot of Malort in the house.
The joke is how terrible it tastes, but it's not. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's
extremely bitter. If you know what to do with bitter.
But there is a European or German category of drink called Magenbitter, which is supposed to be like a stomach bitter, like Underberg and Jägermeister
None
started
of which help
as
your
that.
stomach, though, you guys. That's a wrong thing about Germans.
It's the theory, but it has bitters in it.
It's a false theory.
So this is an herbs, so it's a familiar flavor for me, for better or worse.
Yeah, you do Jaeger shots like nobody's business.
And look how well grown up I am.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Look how it served me, except for the skinny neck. Everything else is fine.
I don't know. I saw a Twitter comment this week that said you had a perfectly proportioned neck.
They're just being nice.
All right. It's time for Administrative Corner.
Oh, I love Administrative Corner.
I don't really have anything new, just repeating from last week.
I love repeats on Administrative Corner.
Feta paw prints are going out to people who have donated books through Honest Dog Books. They actually ran out of Feta prints, so we're making some more.
Yeah, if Feta ever shuts up. Feta, you're going to shut up? Feta, shut up. Please to be shutting up.
And then if you want to meet the loud barky dog and the rest of the squad.
That didn't work at all.
You can come to Winter Park, Florida, which is right outside Orlando, on book launch day, November 14th. And I will be there with all the dogs. We'll be signing books, and it's going to be a good time. Ingo just got up, and I thought he was going to let her out of the crate, and instead he closed the pocket doors to the room. That was a good move.
Yeah.
I'm pleased.
Business before pleasure.
Yeah. Now she's barking, but it's quieter. We'll do walkies later. All right, it's time for dog updates.
Excellent.
Feta has lost almost all of her baby teeth, and Ingo's on constant tooth patrol.
I follow her around with like a loop looking for teeth. I'm just examining everything.
She had one like molar last night that was like real wiggly, but it wasn't falling out. Like I pushed on it a little bit, and it would have really hurt her to pull it out. And this morning it was still wiggling. You could tell it was bugging her, but I'm like, I'm not going to hurt her and pull it out. And then, as always...
So you thought?
Yeah, when I took her out, she went in the water. And so then I brought her out on the porch to dry her off.
And as always...
And she's like chomping on the towel. So she got a big, hard grip on the towel. And I was like, well, let's do towel tug time. So I'm like, tug, tug, tug. And she's like, rah, 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 like growling, pulling out. It's like, pull hard with your back teeth. And so we're tugging on it. And then that molar just, bling, like shot out of her mouth, arched through the air.
Was it glinting in the sun?
Yes, exactly like that.
So good.
And then went, yep.
That was a good move. I mean, it may be an age thing, but I think my dad did do the door.
My dad definitely did.
Door attached to my tooth and then slam the door thing once. He must have heard it somewhere else, though. I can't imagine he learned that in Germany. Maybe. I mean, maybe he did.
My dad definitely did that.
It seems like a thing you see in sitcoms, ads. I don't know. How is this an American psyche that this is an acceptable way of extracting teeth?
I'll tell you some of the other things that happened off the podcast.
No.
Off the podcast.
The idea that you tie
dental floss
or string, we didn't have dental floss in our house, around the loose tooth.
Yeah.
Tie it to an open door.
Yeah.
And then you slam the door and that pulls the tooth out.
Yeah.
What the heck? Who thought of that? That's ridiculous. Just let it work itself. Oh, I remember it. That was not like, it was very dramatic and stressful and unnecessary.
It hurts.
I thought.
Yeah.
Ultimately unnecessary.
Yep.
Doesn't bother. Why did it bother my dad that I still had my tooth?
I don't know. Anyway, Feta has 3 canines left. She had 4 this morning, baby canines.
She had like 6 or 8.
Well, she had 4 babies and 4 adults. Now she has the same 4 adult, but 3 babies. We don't know where the one went.
She looks like a a Stone Age creature with
Yeah.
way too many, like the 10-foot sloth with way too many teeth sticking out of her mouth.
That's true.
It's better now since some of the old ones are falling out.
Yeah, she's almost kind of normal looking. So that's Feta. You took the
Venk and
old
Brody.
dogs to the vet today.
Oh my God, Venk is one of the old dogs?
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I have to quit.
I'm sorry.
No, she's my baby.
She is, and she's
I took the
second
youngest and the oldest. the second youngest and the oldest.
No.
Venk will forever be a baby.
I actually think of her as the second youngest also, but she's not.
My baby.
She's older than everybody but Brody.
That's absurd.
I know.
And just wrong. I don't care what time tells us.
Well, she got Librela today, which now is available. So those of you who don't want to go to Canada for your Librela, it is available at American Vets now.
That's right. She also got a Cyto point, but don't get that unless you have,
An itchy dog.
a vet recommendation. Get Librela if you have arthritis, humans.
Yeah, it'll be great if they have a monoclonal human arthritis treatment.
Holy smokes, that'd be big time.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll have that by the time I have arthritis.
I mean, they had it for cats. Now they have it for dogs. Maybe they have it for bunnies. Why don't they just have it for humans?
I'm sure they're working on it. That would be an extremely
I'd go to Niagara Falls for that.
profitable drug. Yeah, that would change a lot of people's lives. I hope they're working on it.
I'll go to Niagara Falls. It's fine. I'll give it to people. The people can get it from me.
I think the biology is a little different between
I'll
people.
get the Canadian human version. Once they have it, I'm just saying, you won't be able to get it in America for another 10 years, but in Canada, they'll allow it.
Don't listen.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Send me across the border. I'll walk.
You have a kid in Canada. You could just go to Canada if you're so desperate. You have an excuse anytime.
But I have to come back with a load of drugs.
You know what you could bring back for all of your female friends is diflucan, which is a pill that treats yeast infections, and it is available over the counter in Canada, and it is available only with a prescription in the U.S.
Okay.
Every time I go to Canada, I'm like, better get some of this just in case.
Oh, next time I go, I'll load up.
Yeah, there you go.
Today,
Ladies, if you need some, you don't want to talk to your doctor, you can go to Canada.
Today I learned,
Yeah.
or the other day I learned, I think it was on the internet, so I'm not sure I rely on it, that the entire border with Canada is cleared. It's like a clearing. They logged all the trees on the border so you can patrol it more easily, which kind of makes it harder for my plan to sneak across the border with a bunch of drugs.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it looked like, a big strip along the whatever parallel that is.
Yeah. Not 5440, though that's what they tried.
Or fight.
Or fight. But then
Maybe
we
it was
fought 'cause it's not
5440.
5440. No.
We fought.
All right. Remy's going tomorrow for what, vaccines?
Remy and Feta.
And Feta. Yeah.
Feta just has to go because everyone at the vet's office again was like, "Where's the puppy? Where's the puppy? Bring the puppy.
We're also
You are human garbage. Bring the puppy."
We're also going to get her influenza vaccinated, which she is not.
Yeah, tomorrow, number 1.
Okay. That's kind of it for dog updates. I mean, we traveled back from Maryland to the Keys over the weekend. I guess that's a dog update.
Yeah, everyone seems to have adjusted okay. I think Feta was a little discombobulated the first day. I think she's like, this is a lot of change for me. I'm small.
Mm-hmm. She had a couple accidents, which she had not had any for a long time and hasn't had any since, but had 2 that day.
Yeah, it's different. In Maryland, we just leave the door open for some time, like for a half an hour or something at a time, and she can go in and out.
Yeah.
Here, she has to actually, make a move towards the door, and either she did and we didn't notice, or she didn't, but she kind of was surprised by the urge.
Yep.
Also, the lawn wasn't mowed when we got here.
Oh my God.
You'll see it in the snaps. It was
Bingo.
taller than Feta.
Oh, you're such an old man.
Why?
We got back.
It was taller than Feta.
It wasn't that bad.
I think it tickled her belly, and that's why she didn't want to go pee.
It was shaggy. They definitely hadn't been here for a couple weeks.
Belly tickling.
And
Made my legs itchy.
For 2 days until they showed up. Ingo could not shut up about how long the grass was.
It's true. There might have been kids hiding in there, and
Now-
how am I going to know if they're in my
It
yard?
wasn't that high. And now now it's mowed, and he's still bitching about how tall the grass was.
Well, it's fine now. It's safe now to bitch because it's been fixed.
All right. That's it for dog updates. Are you ready for ramblings?
I guess.
I don't know if you are.
I don't know if you are ready for my ramblings,
I
Golbeck.
made those drinks too strong. Did you have any drinks before the drinks I made?
The shot of Malort.
Did you have a beer at dinner
that triggered
too? Yes, I watched you drink it. Okay.
That was just, but that was just a beer.
Wait, wasn't that like the 9.5% alcohol beer?
7.5. It's fine. It's all fine.
All right, well, I understand.
I can't undrink it now.
Nope, you sure can't.
Nope.
Okay, if you guys are really into ramblings, you can follow us on Patreon or super follow us. I guess subscribe on Twitter, they call it now. We're putting out weekly bonus pods this month that are all about cryptids and urban legends, and I have a very, very special one planned for tonight's episode.
If you're really into ramblings, you'll love my contributions.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, if you're even just a little bit more into ramblings than Jen is.
Okay, so here's ramblings for the regular pod.
Whee!
From the Independent in the UK, estranged wife stabs husband with ceramic squirrel because he didn't buy beer.
Whoa! Wow. That's a good reason, though.
A 44-year-old woman allegedly attacked her husband with a decorative object because he came home without beer on Christmas Eve. So this is from December 13th, 2013. It's an old story,
Fair
but
enough.
It just came to me. We're going to talk about it. A 44-year-old woman allegedly beat and stabbed her husband with a ceramic squirrel on Christmas Eve because she was furious that he returned home without beer. Her 41-year-old husband had gone out to buy some beer late that evening, but due to the shops being shut for Christmas, returned home empty-handed, a police report said. Enraged by the lack of alcohol, Helen, from South Carolina, allegedly set upon her husband as he made a sandwich, hitting him over the head with a decorative object and then stabbing him in the chest.
Ouch!
When the man managed to escape, he called 911 from a neighbor's home. The local sheriff's office said deputies found a man covered with blood when they arrived at the house in North Charleston in the early hours of Christmas Day. Helen claimed the man had cut himself falling over, but could not explain why her hands and clothes were also bloody. She was arrested and taken to jail. She's charged with criminal domestic violence. Her husband was treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
Wow.
She was taken to jail.
That's a lot of fuss over missing beer.
And it's not like he didn't make the effort. The stores were closed.
Peace and goodwill to all men and women, and they're beating the crap out of each other. He gets just beaten. I mean, he didn't beat.
And stabbed with a squirrel.
I know, with a decorative object squirrel.
You got to say squirrel because if you're like
Yeah.
decorative object, it sounds like it's probably dirty. And they just
it'd
don't
be
wanna
funny
say.
with a Hummel figurine, too. This is the fishing boy, and I'm going to stab you with it.
All right, it's time for Taste of the Keys.
Oh, and excellent. I'm in.
It's just a classic man cited for lobster violations. A good one.
It
25.
continues. People continue to steal lobsters. Those, I got to keep an eye. I got to
sure
keep
do.
better lookout.
25-year-old Loxahatchee, Florida man was given 2 mandatory notice to appear in court citations Thursday for lobster violations.
That means he's not going straight to jail. That's too bad.
Middle Keys Marine Deputy Willie Guerra was on patrol at approximately 1:30 when he observed a man, later identified as Connor McDonald, diving without a dive flag near mile marker 67 on the Bayside. McDonald was found to be in possession of 4 lobsters, 3 of which were undersized. He was cited for possession of undersized lobster and having no measuring device.
Excellent.
Apparently, he was not taken to jail. He just got
No,
a ticket.
the notice to appear means you have to go to court, but we're not going to put you in jail. If you don't appear in court, then you can get taken to jail.
He was not taken to jail.
No, it's too bad. But look, guys, stop messing with the wildlife here.
Mm-hmm.
These lobsters are trying to grow.
Yep.
You can't just eat them now. You
Nope.
got to afford to grow them.
Yep.
Yeah.
German word of the week.
Zäh fließender Verkehr.
Zäh fließender Verkehr.
Zäh fließender Verkehr.
Zäh fließender Verkehr.
It means
Viscous traffic.
Yeah, viscously flowing traffic. And if you're listening to, well, this used to be more of a thing. In German radios in cars, German car radios have a setting where it'll only turn on for traffic announcements. And they
Ooh.
have traffic announcements after the news, on the hour, half hour,
On
or
the
whatever.
8th.
Yeah.
Traffic and
that's
weather
it.
together
Sure,
on the
it's-
8th at
I
8,
don't
18,
think-
28, 38, 48, and 58 past the hour.
I don't think it's quite that sophisticated.
No, I mean,
That's very mathematical.
it's very American.
Yeah, I think it's like at least once an hour. So you're not listening to anything, and then the radio will burst to life, and say, you know, there's a horse on the Autobahn here, and there's a driver going the wrong way here.
Geistfahrer.
Yeah, and then mostly it's like there's Stau here and Stau there and 10 kilometers Stau and, you know, whatever. But I have heard the horse on the road more than once. There's a horse on the road in Kaiserslautern.
Okay.
Please stay right and don't drive too fast. Anyway, zähfließender Verkehr is not Stau. Stau is standstill. Zähfließender Verkehr is just viscous traffic, which is, I guess, stop and go-ish. It's like very slow-moving traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But viscous describes it pretty well.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Zähfließender Verkehr.
Yeah.
Not zero, but not unlimited like the Autobahn sometimes is.
Indeed.
Yeah, so there you go.
Okay. Got anything else? It's time for Ingo Corner, where you can say whatever brilliant thoughts are in your head right now, and I won't comment.
Nope. Love you all.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. And until next time, Slava Ukraini, and don't bet anyone unless they ask you to.
Yep, exactly.
Bye.
Bye.